Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, and this show begins now. On today's awesome show, we're going to get into Joel Watson's top 5 teams. And of course, he did give me some goalies to mention on the show. Now, granted, 2 big things there. One, I have not made the graphic for that yet. I'll post it on social media later. But he's not here. But I do have his top 5 teams and a few goalies he wants me to talk about. Next up, we'll talk about lacrosse at the Olympics, but not Haudenosaunee. Very interesting. And of course, we'll wrap things up with fresh fits. And by the way, folks, I did not have time to get to the broadcasters. I will do those tomorrow to make up for that. Utica Yeti says, good morning, Mike. Pat Gregoire says, we miss you, Big Rig. Fair enough. And Pat, I miss you on the fresh fits. I'm sorry. I will make sure to, again, I will do that to start tomorrow's show and not just to make up for no broadcasters on this show. All right, before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel before you go. If you run out of time, you got to watch later. Right there, North American Talk Radio. We appreciate you. We also would like to ask if you want tickets to the next National Lacrosse League game in your area, and it might just be your favorite team, head over to natalkradio.com and click the event tickets tab. And there, of course, you will just click in, search the National Lacrosse League team. They're right there. Again, natalkradio.com, click the event tickets tab, takes you straight to Vivid Seats. It just helps us out in the process. A little bit of extra step. Not too bad. Alrighty, again, we're going to talk right now about Joel Watson's top 5 NLL teams. Again, he was not able to make today's show, but he did provide me a top 5 and wanted to give me 3. Yeah, I had to. Wanted to give me 3 goalies that he thought stood out. Now, obviously, I will do the I'm sorry, someone texted me. It's like bugging me. Anyways, I will do the goalie talk first. He wanted to shout out obviously Ryland Hartley, obviously Nick Damoud, even though he misspelled Damoud's last name. I won't criticize him, considering who was the guy, I forgot his name, but the Wings analyst who called him Nick Dick, yeah, that guy. Scott Gabrielson, there we had to poke fun of him. He also wanted to mention Christian Del Bianco, who, as myself and Pat Gregoire mentioned yesterday, great at rebounding the ball. Just incredible stuff there from Del Bianco to make sure the Dogs had no comeback efforts. And of course, we all know Ron Hartley and Nick Damoud were great. I even gave Damoud my 3rd star and Hartley my 1st star on yesterday's show. Now, his top 5 teams, and I'll go 5-1. There are 2 new teams in Joel's top 5. So, the number 5 team for Joel, who was not ranked last week and currently has a 1-1 record, but they might have the best loss maybe this season, the Georgia Swarm. Now, Georgia, of course, kept it very close with Buffalo until the Bandits pulled away in Buffalo with a very young Swarm team. And the Swarm just beat down the Firewolves by a score of 9-5. Number 4 for Joel, dropping 3 spots after a loss to Halifax, are the Buffalo Bandits. So Buffalo again falls from 1 to 4, and I believe it's their first time being out of the top spot in the first 3 weeks. Number 3 for Joel, staying put despite getting their first win, was the Vancouver Warriors. Vancouver, of course, beat Las Vegas by a score of 15-9. The number 2 team, up 2 spots for Joel, are the Rochester Nighthawks. Rochester were into San Diego, smacked them around. Ryan Hartley was a beast. We mentioned yesterday that they gave up like 65 shots. So obviously Ryan Hartley cannot do that every game. So what happens if you give up 65 next time? Let's hope there's not a next time. They're still good enough for number 2 for Joel. And number 1, this team, and I was shocked last week when Joel did not put this team at his 5 spots. They weren't even in his top 5 the first 2 weeks. Folks, he's got the Halifax Thunderbirds from unranked to number 1. Now, for my power rankings, if I don't have you ranked last week, it's kind of like, I don't know how on earth you jumped to my 1 spot, but maybe we can ask Joel about that next week, especially if Halifax holds on to the top spot. But again, Joel Watson's top 5 teams: Halifax at 1, Rochester 2, Vancouver 3, Buffalo at 4, and Georgia at 5. And by the way, kissing up will get you nowhere, sir. I'm not a Swarm fan. I'm kidding. I don't think he did that. But there you go. And again, Ryan Hartley, Nick Demude, and Rylan Hartley and Christian Del Bianco were like the 3 guys. I feel like I said 4 names here, but Del Bianco, Rylan Hartley, and Nick Demude were the 3 goalies Joel Watson wanted me to pump up the chest of a little bit here. Now, I also find it very interesting that Joel Watson did not come on today's show, despite the fact that Landon Kells had not a great performance in Game 1. So we will hold Joel accountable. I know that Joel played with the Desert Dogs, and again, I will make sure he hears about it next week. All right. That's it for the first segment. When we come back, I'm going to tackle a kind of a difficult subject. Loose Mesh decided to bring it up. I don't believe he followed. I'm like, okay, I got to talk about it. Lacrosse is at the Olympics in 2028, but no Haudenosaunee. Interesting. We'll be right back, Daily Dive. I'll touch on that in the best way I know how. Don't go anywhere. And by the way, today's commercial is abbreviated because I could not get to. They flagged their MyBookie commercial. Okay, YouTube scumbags. We'll be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, welcome back again. The commercial break sucked. That's because YouTube is literally like, how on earth, honest to God, how on earth do people with other major platforms have sponsors with gambling stuff all over their show, but we can't play a MyBookie ad? It's very, 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 very weird. So screw you, YouTube. You literally screwed the first part of yesterday's show. Thankfully, I have it recorded. So this weekend, Saturday Marathon, you might want to catch that, but I was very upset that happened. All right, enough of that. Let's now get into a subject that I'll admit is a little bit not annoying, but it's just I don't like talking about it. I told someone I would, and I decided to do it anyways. So I don't know what prompted this. Maybe it was because they had Warren Hill on the show. But for some reason, Loose Mesh decided we're 3 years away from the Olympics. I believe we already knew Haudenosaunee was not in it for lacrosse or for anything of that matter. I don't know what made them bring this up. Again, it might have been the fact they had Warren Hill on. I don't watch every show in full. I try to, but sometimes I can't. Regardless of that, they not only brought it up, Dawson and Frick, I don't know if Toll agree with this, but I do know Dawson and Frick seem to agree that other countries should pull out of the lacrosse if Haudenosaunee cannot be involved. They used the crutch of it's not political. And I just want, for those that think that way, I don't think people understand the historical value of lacrosse in the Olympics. And I will be first to say, I think sixes might actually be worse than field. I think it is absolutely, it takes a fast-paced version of lacrosse and literally there's no celebration. Like watching women's play lacrosse, like for the WLL, aka the PLL, I actually almost hated that version of lacrosse. I couldn't stand it, actually. I really did not. And by the way, I know people are going to comment and say their thoughts. I'm going to try to get through this segment without addressing that until the next segment begins. Just keep that in mind now. I know everyone's going to have their thoughts. I'm going to try to stay on my train of thought, and then we'll get to that after the break. But that being said, sixes, I want to say, is a very not great form of lacrosse. I think as much as I don't like field, I think field is better than sixes because, again, the women in the WLL, aka the PLL, when they would score a goal, there was literally no time, and I mean 0 seconds for celebration. I think that goes against any sport ever. I don't know of any sports that has no celebration, like none whatsoever. Maybe NASCAR, but even though like the victory lane is so much better, I find it very, very. Is it how are you fast-paced and boring? Somehow Sixers found a way to do that. I know. Because I know people are going to comment, well, it's the only way they could get lacrosse in the Olympics. Guys, I find that to be stupid. I find that to be very weird how we could not find any other way. I know there's reasoning behind it. I still think I didn't like it, okay? But it is still lacrosse in the Olympics. Has not been done for 100 years, okay? Now, let's get to the Haudenosaunee part of this. I have looked this up. I know other people can break it down. Full disclosure, I'm not a geography expert. I'm not going to pretend to know about politics like that. I also, again, do not think this is political. Haudenosaunee, I know they pride themselves on the roots of the game, the creators game, all of it. Guys, I get it. But can someone name me another time in Olympic history, and maybe there is some. Again, I will read the comments after the break if you do say something. I don't know of any time where the Olympics said, hey, this thing that's not a country can be in the Olympics. I don't know if that happens. I've never seen it, or at least it's never been super talked about. I just want people to understand this is such a massive moment. And again, I do not like sixes. I think it's actually worse than field. I also believe that I mean, I would like to see Lyle Thompson and Randy Stotts, etc., and all those guys play, but I wouldn't mind seeing them play for USA or Canada. And again, maybe none of them play. But I don't think pulling out of the Olympics is a smart move. And I think to encourage that is a little bit disrespectful to the sport. Like, we can't do that. Again, I understand there is a ton of value in the Haudenosaunee name and the history of lacrosse with them. But I don't want anybody to encourage this. It's not healthy. Again, lacrosse has not been in the Olympics for 100 years. There's so much work that's going in to making sixes look presentable. And we're going to tell me, nah, pull out? No. Like, again, I don't think it's political. I think it's just the way the rules work with the countries. And maybe the right move is to put them in there. But I don't, again, I want to, please, I beg people to not go down that rabbit hole because it's not fair to the other people in lacrosse. We all have to work together here. And I don't think boycotting it looks good. Again, lacrosse also does not have the luxury or the privilege of saying, oh yeah, we're going to boycott. Because probably more people think how many people know about American football, soccer, baseball, cricket, so many other sports, basketball, just hockey, just they laugh in the face of lacrosse in terms of the fan base. Guys, you cannot pull out. Don't, please, again, do not encourage these guys to pull out because it doesn't help the sport at all. And again, I don't like sixes. But saying they shouldn't even show up because we think Haudenosaunee should be in is just not smart. It's not fair. Again, maybe they should be in there. But I'm not going to sit there and act like lacrosse should say screw it. That's not right. And again, so many more people have tried to grow the game than just one group. While that group started, that's awesome. But I think people even in the Haudenosaunee have, I'm sure some of them might admit, just let it happen. You can't fight, again, don't fight that battle because so many people have a chance to learn about lacrosse, and to try to encourage us to take that away by boycotting is just, I'm not supporting that. I'm not. This is your one chance in 100 years to grow the game more than you ever have. Don't discourage that, please. And maybe they do come around and allow it to show the end. I'd be all for that. But again, you have to accept the reality of things. The reality is lacrosse fans do not have the privilege to stand on that, to die on that hill right now. We just don't. Me, anyone from Haudenosaunee, NLL broadcasters, PLL players, everybody. We don't have the luxury because we're the minority. And if all the people look at us like, what are they doing? It's going to look bad. And then if you do pull out, then what does it do for the future? Once again, you stab your own self in the back. Don't do that. Let the game grow as much as it might hurt. All right, folks, when we come back, I will read your comments again. I told you, if you're just joining, I will let you know now. I want to stay on my train of thought there so I do not get sidetracked and going crazy tangents. After the break, before we get to Fresh Fits, I will address your comments and concerns. This is Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. Fresh Fits is next.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. On the four comments we did have, I disagree with this because here's the problem. Every other form of basketball does not it's all the same. Lacrosse, for field and box, there's always at least a 10-second celebration. And I'm sure there's it's way more than that. So no, I don't think that it's not like basketball because again, when you compare the two, all basketball knows is bucket, go play defense, bucket, go play defense. If you're going to create sixes and then add the new element, oh, no celebration, that's not what lacrosse is. So I do think in theory, yes, the game is played like basketball. But that's not lacrosse. That's not the lacrosse we know. So why change it? It'd be like if basketball, here's a good point. It'd be like if basketball decided to say, hey, we're going to be in the Olympics. We're going to be 3-on-3. And after every bucket we score, we're going to celebrate and then tip off again. That's what it seems like. But they don't do that in basketball. It's bucket, defense, bucket, defense. Lacrosse has always been celebrate face-off, and now it's like, oh, no, back and forth. Nah, we haven't done that before, so why now? Agreed, yeah. What did you delete, Pat? And then on Fox, CLL says, oh, yeah, so the beginning of the segment, I mentioned that Dawson said for sure. Dawson did say that on Loose Mesh that other countries should not play lacrosse if Haudenosaunee is not in it. And again, that's a very, very dangerous thing to say. Like, don't encourage the USA and Canada to pull out because Haudenosaunee can't play. Like, that is completely stabbing yourself in the back. And again, Dawson said that, and I'm pretty sure Frick did as well. I'm not sure if Steve told it. I got it from Loose Mesh, though. Josh Blumenthal says, I'll just read it right here because I just got to cover my face. You know, it would be an interesting deep daily dive, whatever. Whatever. Would be a deep dive. See over the last 10 years what teams succeed at the box office, who the owners were, how they. Okay, I don't. That was not what I was talking about. Maybe that's a story for another day. All right, so it's now time for the hottest segment in all of lacrosse. It's time for the boys to do the runway. Are you ready? I know you're ready. It's time for Fresh Fits. You like that? Your low's pretty good. But yeah, Fresh Fits. Of course, I will say this caveat again. It is. I did not do the broadcasters today, so tomorrow, just start the show, I will do broadcast for Fresh Fits. All right, Fresh Fits, of course, is presented by our store, Box Lacrosse Time logo, merchandise, fancy mug. I actually like the mug better than the shirt. Unpopular opinion, maybe a hot take here. Get a hot take because you have coffee, whatever. But Box Lacrosse Time is available in mug and shirt form on our shop. All right, time for Fresh Fits. I want to first mention the teams that did not participate. Oshawa Firewolves, how dare you? Calgary Roughnecks, how dare you? The Rock, I do know they were having fun with a new arena, with a renovated arena. I'll just say we'll give them a pass on this one, but the Rock didn't participate. Rochester Nighthawks, apparently going from Rochester to San Diego, it's not fun for them, and they didn't get Fresh Fits. Saskatchewan Rush, I feel like they're like the Rush social media team. I don't care who's been running it the last few years compared to this year. They hate Fresh Fits, apparently. So, screw you, Saskatchewan Rush, for the sake of this segment. All right, so let's get into it. Now, first one I'm getting to, I think I know, I forgot which player this is for the Georgia Swarm. I don't even need to say a name. I'm not giving them credit. I will say it again. The way I do Fresh Fits is every team will post on social media the guys walking in. At least I hope every team does. If they do, I choose from that. I can get the gallery from somewhere else, but I'm giving the social media teams credit here along with the players. It's kind of like a nice teamwork thing here. Unfortunately, I don't know what this is. The Georgia Swarm, every home game they give us one picture. If I have one dude to choose from, and then whatever that guy is wearing in the back, not doing it. Georgia Swarm, you technically qualified, but you didn't qualify. So no. Next up. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Graydon Bradley, great look. And you know what, sir? I agree. But you sticking your tongue out is not going to work with me. Because Trevor Baptiste, that's your Fresh Fit for San Diego. Now, coming into what was a cloudy San Diego, it looked like, by the way. Trevor Baptiste, he's a happy man. He's a very good cameraman, a good brand ambassador for any sport that he plays, I'm sure. Nice gray suit, simple. I like him. Here's advice. black sneakers to match the black shirt, but I don't mind the gray, black, and white. Can't go wrong. Baptiste is nominated for the Seals. And again, the way Fresh Fits works is every team gets one player nominated a week, and then I add up who had the most, and those players make our bracket playoff challenge, where the fans, you, vote on it. Okay. I wanted to make a PSA here. I think bus videos suck. This actually is Chase Fraser, even though he looks like, I won't say it, but he looks like the thing there. He looks like what Robert Downey Jr. played in a movie years ago. I think most of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're lying. But yeah, there's Chase Fraser. The fit was nice. The video sucked. There you go. Good for Chase, though. Unfortunately, he had a pregame warm-up injury. I hope he's okay. Owen Grant. By the way, shout out to V Gain. I'm dumb sometimes. Sometimes like things like pass me by and like they're right in front of my face. Folks, V Gain, and because I'm doing this because we've been free advertising all year. Look what a sponsor could get you, okay? Can you imagine if we actually had a show sponsor? At this point, I'm on my knees begging the polar bears. But that being said, it's like a vegan meat thing. I should have known, but because it's like kind of like a long, like a bull, but it's also like it says vegan. I get it, but it's sponsored the Vancouver Warriors. Now, Owen Grant did not win it for Vancouver, but tell me he doesn't look less intimidating with a teddy bear, okay? Remember when I'll do another black and white video here. Remember when I said that Mike Messenger looks more intimidating than Graham Hossick? Can you imagine if Mike Messenger also was holding said teddy bear? Come on. Although that thing looks strangely like Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know why. I don't think it's that kind of a bear doll, but I'm very scared. But Marcus Clarence, shout out. He with the all black. I think I've seen him wear this before, but he hasn't worn it in a while. So good for Clarence. He's a superstar in the making. There's a lot of freaking mouths to feed in Vancouver. I have an idea. Again, I hope that Marcus Clarence does not hate me for saying this. I know he's so dang talented. I want him to go somewhere else. I think hiding behind Payne Cormier, who's good. I know Clarence is better than Cormier right now, but I'm just saying. Cormier and Jesse King and Curtis Dixon and Keegan Ball, and I'm falling asleep, okay? I want this guy to shock the world, or at least to prove his talents, and I don't think playing in Vancouver is going to help him. Again, I think he's great. I'm not saying to request a trade. I'm saying for the sake of my fandom of Marcus Clarence, I want you somewhere else where you can be like the number one or number two option. Hey, Oshawa needs help. I'll be nice. All right. Colorado Mammoth. The bus pictures are good. The videos piss me off. Yeah, this is a picture. Warren Jeffrey. He must ask you a question. As in mustache. You know, I wish mine looked like that. As in my nose got ticklish just looking at his. Goodness gracious. No, I like the Colorado flavored / colored look here. It looks like a nice maroon. It's good. Comments. What comments? Oh! I think I know what comment he's talking about. I will just say, I will not repeat it, but I do agree with him. Because I don't like it either, but I'll just leave that alone. I feel bad. And thanks for I feel like Pat paused the video, so when he catches up to Fresh Fits, this will be fun. All right, next up. You know what? Last week, I called out the Black Bears. And again, I still have a theory. Their dress code is basic suits, no tie, and Black Bears colors. The guy who did that the best this week is Cole Begley or Bigley. If this does not look like every lacrosse guy's face ever, I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, nice suit. Again, this guy's also wearing the Black Bears colors. It gets boring. Like the Black Bears, I don't like, why post your walk-ins if everybody looks the same? Unbelievable, man. Listen, if Mackie Jenner is the one doing this, Mackie, I'm very upset with right now. She knows good and dang well. Last week, bro, I gave Halifax credit for always posting their fresh fits. And this is a screenshot of a video. There was actually a guy standing next to Tyson Bell. So it says like tonight. Like, dude, we're blocking the fits, Mackie. What are we doing? Come on. Full disclosure, I think Tyson Bell needs a new suit. Like, I feel like I've seen this suit like 500 times. I could be wrong. I feel like I've seen him wear the same suit coat a million times. But he did win for Halifax. Shout out Tyson Bell. All right. Oh, I'll admit, Dahoga made the. And again, I don't care. He did catch up to fresh fits, by the way. But I don't care. That's who I thought it was, Mr. Police himself. But no, I'm not giving Jordan credit for that. Anyways, Dahoga! Guys, Dahoga made it very tough. Much like 2 weeks ago when Dane Smith made it tough for Ian McKay, Dahoga made it tough for our winner today. Not only is this a beautiful suit, guys, those boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. So when they come into Buffalo, Halifax will beat up you. That's a shame. But no, good stuff. Dahoga in boots. Remember like the Shrek, because I got that from Shrek. Remember like when Puss in Boots? But whatever. Whatever, you get it. These boots. The song is not from Shrek, but it reminded me of Puss in Boots. These boots were made for walking. What? I'm moving on. The winner for Buffalo. Oh, listen. Josh. Oh, that's a shame. Well, now you know. That's a stupid computer. Anyways. Josh Byrne. I don't know how much money Josh and Dane get. It's a lot. Every week, I try, and I shouldn't do this, but every week I try my hardest to not give the fresh fits for Buffalo to Dane or Josh, and they just make it so hard. Also, we know every week this guy could win fresh fits because face card alone. Again, I try my best to look at the neck down and try my best to realize they have more money than other players. But man, Dane and Josh, woo! And spoiler alert, unbelievable. So you're probably wondering, Mike, what the heck? No, I agree. Here's the thing. Joe Tsai 100% saved the Philadelphia Wings for a year. And we want to give a big shout out to Joe Tsai for doing that here. The issue is he didn't fund the social media team. Exactly. Because this is literally all you can see of Joe Terrence in their crappy walk-in video. We're talking everything. You didn't get to see the bottom, like with the shoes or anything. You just saw a video, a very weird, vintage-looking filter video. Come on, Wings, do better. Now it's time to break down his fit. Joe Rez, sir, we've seen the beanie. Love it. He also wore a Dilly Dye beanie one time. The Wings colored turtleneck. The turtleneck goes like, this is like he looks like this. Like this is Joe Rosatier's this is his turtleneck, the way it looks. But yeah, I'm Joe Rez. I'm gonna have a problem getting this off. Oh great. That was not fun. My shirt's too small. Anyways, I was doing my listen, I'm sorry. I was doing my Joe Rosatier's impression. I know all of you clicked off when I did. That's fine. It's fine. All right, tomorrow, I believe Tim Dillon is coming back on. We'll have to see. But yeah, don't forget tomorrow's also my power rankings. Joel Watson's top 5 will be posted later on today. As will some fresh fits clips. Also, the Chase Frazier video is now out. I have now chopped that into one segment that you can watch. You don't have to watch the whole show. Subscribe to North American Talk Radio on YouTube. And also, Pat Gregoire's segment, which part of the first part was chopped off. Yes, that was stupid by YouTube. But I did end up posting the full Pat Gregoire segment, so that is now available as well. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow the socials, Daily Dive LAX. Lots of clips and photos on Instagram, and of course, Twitter always gets the topics first. It's like 5 minutes before, but you get it. Some different stuff there. Remember to comment in the comment sections because that's where you comment at, obviously. But chop it over with other fans. Sometimes I like to reply. It's fun. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, whatever, email dailydive@gmail.com. Or if you want to sponsor the show, do the good people at Daily Dive a favor and sponsor the show. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. It's been a fun show, not gonna lie. Bye.